Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark, little interaction here that seems like Caitlin Clark wasn't too happy with whatever was going on between her and the coaching staff tonight. You got Stephanie White doing the yapping that she does. Caitlin Clark doesn't want to hear it. Physically cringing. Look at this. Physically cringing, looking physically ill. Looking physically ill. Physically ill by whatever Stephanie White's saying. Like, damn, I'm tired of hearing this. But
after a game that Caitlin Clark would probably prefer to forget, what transpired following the final. Whistle might have sparked additional inquiries. As the cameras looked for responses, focus swiftly turned to the sidelines, where something seemed really strange. Why did Caitlin appear so aloof? Was there conflict with Stephanie White? Or was there something else going on behind the scenes that the public was totally unaware of?
Still pissed off. I'm still pissed. This was straight up sabotage. Stephanie White, you are a bum. Aaliyah Boston, you are even more of a bum. You are a $6 million piece of garbage out there. Your ass can't make a layup. You refuse to pass the ball to Caitlin Clark. You stink. You stink. You've been intentionally not passing the ball to Caitlin Clark for the last 7-8 games. We've been watching and counting. I've been watching your ass not pass her the ball.
Caitlin Clark's game was awful. The Indiana Fever were humiliated by their defeat. The cameras then captured A. Fans went into full detective mode at that point. It wasn't a dramatic yelling match, an ejection, or a technical foul that needed security to keep everyone apart.
Yeah, y'all thought we was done? We ain't done yet, dog. I'm here to tell you, Caitlin Clark is letting all the cats out the bag. There's too much surrounding this team nationally and internationally in regards to Sophie Cunningham, in regards to Caitlin Clark assaults, in regards to Stephanie White not taking up for her players. Should we keep going with storyline after storyline coming out about this team? And not to mention, Stephanie White not challenging any of Caitlin Clark.
Indeed. That was precisely what added interest to the moment. Caitlin seemed to look away from Stephanie White. And all of a sudden, the discourse was dominated by one question. Was this just the annoyance of a terrible evening? Or was something far larger beginning to fracture beneath the surface? Because when a celebrity faces difficulties, typically, people concentrate on the missed shots.
Stephanie White said, no, get over here. Get over here, CC. Let me talk to you. I did it. Don't you walk away from me! I'm walking away. I'm walking away. Again, folks, not the most entertaining game. There were too many screens set for Caitlin Clark today. Personally, I wanted to see her be a little bit more aggressive. She finished taking 15 shots. Me personally, she finished the first half shooting 2 for 7. Shoot, if we're shooting 2 for 7, at that point, shoot 2 for 11. Keep hunting that shot. Keep hunting that shot. Keep hunting that shot.
People typically point the finger at the defense when a team loses. However, when a franchise player and her coach exchange body language begins to take center stage after the game, the conversation rapidly shifts, and this specific defeat gave. Fans have a lot to debate. The Fever entered the game against a faltering Dallas Wings club. However, Indiana lost 91-85, which was frustrating.
Wings won 91-85. I'm disgusted, B. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Kelsey Mitchell did have a good game. She dropped 37 points. She officially passed A'ja Wilson, so she has the most consecutive 20-point games. With that being said, Stephanie White, can we get back to trying to win basketball games now? She has the streak. She won it. She won it. Can we get back to trying to win now? Because I think this is nasty. All right, it was blatantly clear to me that she was making this game about Kelsey Mitchell, to the point that Aaliyah Boston's not playing good, Caitlin Clark's not playing good. Like, let me tell you something stupid. We ain't gonna win nothing like this.
Despite finishing with 10 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds, Caitlin Clark's shooting statistics were poor, as she was just 2 for 8 from three-point range and 4 for 15 from the field. Sugarcoating is not necessary. Caitlin's performance was poor. She struggled to establish a consistent shot and missed shots that she usually makes. Rhythm and never appeared entirely at ease in the offensive flow for a player who is able to. Turning a routine possession into a highlight and winning a game with a single deep three-pointer before. Defense is even aware of what transpired. Practically everything felt a little strange that evening. But at that point, the dispute gets considerably more complex because one of the most vocal grievances from supporters was more than just Caitlin's missed shots. She discovered her rhythm, which was the grievance. And just to be clear, Kelsey Mitchell is not being criticized here. When a guy scores 37 points, no one should pretend that. She should apologize for her basketball prowess. When the chances presented themselves, Mitchell did precisely what a scorer should do. Are present, she attacked, made shots, made it to the free throw line, and took a sizable portion of the offensive load.
Everything to do with them seeing Caitlin Clark climbing that MVP ladder, and they said, hell no, we are sabotaging this, and that is exactly what happened. The Indiana Fever lose to a team in the Dallas Wings that lost 8 out of their last 11 games. You could thank Stephanie White, who wanted to make it all about Kelsey Mitchell. I am disgusted with the Indiana Fever. I am disgusted. Stephanie White, get your bum ass in the trash. Get your bum ass in the trash. You are a bum of a coach. You are terrible. You are terrible. You mean to tell me the very first play of the game was ran for Kelsey Mitchell? Caitlin Clark threw her a bounce pass. Kelsey Mitchell went to turn the corner, got fouled, went to the free throw line.
Frustrated fans claimed that the balance was the issue. As they observed the offense, they sensed that Caitlin was not receiving sufficient chances to settle in before the game began to fade. They emphasized the absence of early pick-and-roll moves created especially for her, the restricted range of motion utilized to produce crisp three-point shots. Other instances in which she seemed to give up the ball without recovering it. That is a crucial distinction, because it's not the same as saying Caitlin Clark should shoot every possession. Basketball players ought to participate fully in the offensive, and O1 is requesting the Caitlin. The Clark Basketball Association, where everyone else waits for a government while standing in the corner, given a slip granting permission to touch the ball. That is not how basketball operates, when she is only able to stand off the ball for extended periods of time. The attack may begin to appear as though someone unintentionally changed the Wi-Fi password, and no one is aware of the location of the connection. That was the annoyance related to this game. Supporters believed that Kelsey Mitchell was being purposefully established, whereas Caitlin was supposed to. Later, we'll figure things out. She had already missed enough by the time the Fever started making her behave more favorably. Pictures to create the impression of an upward rise throughout the entire night.
Get mugged, get hacked down there every play. We seen her get tackled tonight alone. Well, I'm here to tell you, there's more, because Caitlin Clark is single-handedly, subliminally telling us fans that there's issues going on with Stephanie White. Now, Caitlin Clark was on the sideline. Stephanie White was trying to talk to Caitlin Clark. Now, this should not come as a surprise. When Caitlin Clark gets frustrated, she don't want to talk to nobody. And this was another situation like that. Only thing different is Caitlin Clark sat, she listened for a little bit, kind of turned away, walked away, went to the bench. Caitlin Clark got back in the game, got the ball, and Caitlin got like this move, a gesture. You can tell when Caitlin Clark not finna pass the
Basketball can turn into a psychological struggle as soon as a shooter starts to lose rhythm. As a tangible one, the strain on the subsequent try increases with each missed shot. Every item starts to feel heavier, and an active defender suddenly seems even more formidable, rather than being free to play, and a player can progressively become more aware of the misses by responding organically to what is happening on the floor. That preceded IT. As the game went on, Caitlin Clark seemed to experience that kind of frustration, and despite her best efforts to becoming more combative as the competition went on, and it appeared to be harder for her to achieve the rhythm that had gotten away from her previously. Eventually, as the game grew more annoying, focus shifted from the missed shots and in the direction of a Stephanie White moment. A video of Caitlin seemingly turning away started doing the rounds when White was trying to speak with her, and that little exchange happened right away. In actuality, a few seconds. The whole relationship between a player and a coach cannot be seen in a video. Caitlin has gone through a challenging game. The Fever was coping with the annoyance of a disappointing defeat, and feelings were naturally riding high. It's possible that the athlete was just frustrated at the time with herself and desired to end a challenging sequence. Simultaneously, a moment like that occurs. Fans will inevitably watch every move on camera, especially when Caitlin Clark is involved, as if they have unexpectedly been recruited by the FBI's Basketball Behavior Unit.
Got it down to, what did this thing end? It's a 6-point game, but guys, that's a little deceiving. The entire second half felt like all wings. You kept thinking Caitlin Clark was going to get hot and start doing something. That didn't happen. Kelsey Mitchell had a big damn game. Real big. But in the end, it was not enough. It was not enough at all.
That is the peculiar reality of modern-day professional sports, as soon as fans start to suspect that. When there is tension between two people, it becomes evident in practically every contact. When a coach addresses a player, spectators start to question whether the exchange is constructive or critical. Social media starts writing a relationship obituary for a partnership that might not last if the player turns away. Even have an issue point one bad camera perspective can quickly lead to a dozen theories, many of which are made behind closed doors. Body language, timing, and interpretation play a major role in the conversation surrounding the video. But even if the viral response has outgrown the evidence, the discussion has nevertheless increased. A far more significant basketball query: are the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark often receiving the majority of their offensive apparatus? That inquiry becomes very intriguing when taking into Aaliyah Boston's contribution to the offensive. Despite Boston's 14 points and 9 rebounds at the end of the game, several supporters were disappointed by what they saw as lost chances in her relationship with Caitlin.
Kelsey could be the only one playing good, and we're going to win games. Your ass might want to go look at her record before Clark got here. See how many games she was winning. She was winning playing like that. 5 games, 6 games. Her and AB winning 13 games in the season. Like, bro, you need Clark to be in her bag. When Clark is in her bag, the defense tightens up on her. Now people are open. Now Kelsey can cut. Now all kind of good things happen. When you go through Kelsey, everybody's just standing there. What don't you get about that yet? Like, oh my God. Like, Clark, please, I need you to get away from her, man. I know, I love Steph, we rival. Whatever. We need you to go somewhere where you're a priority, bro. Because you're not the main priority on this team.
However, the offensive chemistry issues shouldn't be completely disregarded because Caitlin and one of the league's best two-player combinations might be formed by Boston. Boston's skill and Caitlin's capacity to stretch the defense and provide passing possibilities should continuously put opposing teams in awkward circumstances in order to operate around the basket. Defenders are compelled to make tough decisions when their chemistry is strong because they are assisting too forcefully. Boston can make room for Caitlin, but focusing too much on Boston can give Caitlin she needs to make space for another teammate or launch an attack. Elite offenses achieve that kind of equilibrium. Compel defenses to make difficult choices. When the ball advances deliberately, that synchronized beat and those. As the game went on, squandered opportunities became increasingly apparent. While Indiana had difficulty establishing, Dallas found enough balance to capitalize on steady momentum. Jessica Shepard gave a commanding performance, especially in the first half, and finished with 8 rebounds and 26 points. Paige Buchers contributed despite her ineffective shooting, and Eric Ogunbowl added 32 points. At night, the Wings produced enough offense that they didn't require every player to play flawlessly, made crucial plays when they came up, and exploited an Indiana squad that was unable to regularly establish a rhythm.
This might be the weirdest thing, ladies and gentlemen, I've ever seen in my life. Teams can't stop the Fever, so now they're resorting to dirty tactics to defeat the Fever, to slow down the Fever. This can potentially, with no exaggeration, kill a Fever. A player can lose their life from what's happening with these opposing teams that the Indiana Fever have played, not once, but back-to-back games. This is a very, very, very suspicious trend that is happening.
Fans were especially irritated by Fever's defeat because of this. There was no unbeatable opponent for Indiana. Opponent that just completely overpowered them. .it felt like a game that could be won, so every missed. After the outcome was determined, the opportunity became more apparent. When a team loses a close match, that many supporters think it ought to have prevailed. The hunt for an answer starts right away, and it can become particularly intense when one of the most watched basketball players is on the squad. Some pointed the finger at Caitlin's bad shooting performance, while some questioned the offensive scheme and the coaching approach. Items were dispersed. While some suggested a supporting cast, others said the Fever was the cause. Had been overly preoccupied with creating Kelsey Mitchell's scoring rhythm without putting forth the same effort to assist Caitlin in locating hers. The intriguing aspect is that multiple of those arguments can coexist without necessitating anyone to come up with a covert sabotage scenario to account for the defeat. Caitlin's performance was noteworthy. However, improved offensive balance could still have helped the club. Additionally, Stephanie White can create decisions that supporters disagree with, but not all of them are proof of a conscious effort to discredit Caitlin Clark. Did I have to tell you? Caitlin Clark